Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Afro X, and I am the creator and host of the Afro X Channel. Typically, on a night like tonight at about 8:30, I'd be doing Anime Legends. That's not what we're doing tonight, because tonight we are celebrating that the Afro X Channel has been on YouTube for 10 years. That's right. As of yesterday, uh, my very first video debuted on November 18th, 2014, back when I was just a wee boy at 21. A wee boy at 21. Um, but yeah, I was very small. Hey, we got Trixie Anime Hit in here who says, is that yo or yay? That is yo. Who says, yo. Yo, right back to you, Trix. Hey, 10 years. Yeah, 10 years. It's awesome. So today, I was just trying to think of stuff to do on stream, stuff like that. Ideally, I'd like this to run for about 2 hours, at least till like 8 o'clock. So probably what I'm going to do, I wrote, excuse me, I'm just getting over a cold. I wrote a kind of a Cliff's Notes of things that I wanted to touch on and really just take a trip down memory lane today. On the train, but still supporting. Thank you so much, Trix. Yeah, I kind of already gave a trip back in time with my 10-year video that I put out yesterday. If you didn't see it, go check it out. While people are getting in here, and while we are kind of just in the beginning of a stream limbo, I guess I can run through all my main stuff. If you haven't heard of it yet, check out my Patreon. I've talked about the Patreon a ton of times, so most of you guys know what the benefits are. You can sign up to donate to the Patreon in increments of $5, $10, $30, $50, or $100 a month. Make sure to go check that out. That's www.patreon.com/AfroX. I have the Afro X page on Facebook, and also, what is it? Afro X page on Facebook, and the Afro X official fan club on there. So check that out. I am AfroX_YT on TikTok. You can check that out. On Discord, our Discord server is called the Afro Nation. On Twitch, I go by TerrorTime666 and do Dead by Daylight content. And then on Instagram, I am at the legendary Afro_X. And on X, I am at the real Afro X. I believe that is all of those. If you want to check out my sister channels, there is Afro_the_sniper. Afro the Sniper, that's also my PSN. And then I also have TerrorTime666 on YouTube. So check that out. If you want to see content that I made with other people, I have the Game Bros channel and just some small side projects I did, like Epic Games, stuff like that. All right. So now that that's all gone through, let us begin. So if I can bring up my notes here. here we are. So the evolution of Afro X. So the Afro X channel started on November 18th, 2014. I put out a video just debuting my debuting my YouTube channel. It was not good. I put music over it thinking that would make it better, and I didn't do the audio. I didn't think about the audio or do the audio right. I was filming on a phone that was just sitting up on a music stand, and the music stand kept tilting forward, so the phone would regularly fall off. And then at the end, I accidentally showed the crack of my butt when I was standing up, and that was embarrassing. I tried to cover it up with an annotation, and then annotation stopped being on YouTube videos, so that kind of failed. But yeah, it's still a great video just to go back and see where I came from, stuff like that. But the original rule of Afro X that I had was never show your eyes. For probably about the first 3 to 5 years of the Afro X channel, every video that I did, I had sunglasses on, some form of sunglasses, or I was sitting in a way that you couldn't see my eyes, or I actually would go in and edit to make my eyes darker so that people could not see my eyes. I don't know why I did that rule. I guess I just wanted Afro X, the character, to have more of a mystique, which actually saying Afro X, the character, is a great segue, just because when I was first starting out, I really saw Afro X as a character separate from myself, who represented my confidence and my ability to speak and have good self-esteem. And now that I've grown and stuff, and I've kind of developed those things for myself, Afro X has honestly kind of become who I naturally am. I'm less so of the shy, timid guy who needed an alternate persona to feel confident and feel cool, because that's naturally how I feel, which is really, really awesome. So the outro in the outro in the first video, and really my first saying that was in the Afro X channel was X out. X out was the original sign off. Then in the second video, that changed to keep YouTube and YouTubers, turned out for what, but don't tell them, don't tell them. And keep YouTube and YouTubers has really always been with the channel. It was in the description of the first video. So that part of my phrase that I say every week, keep YouTube and YouTubers, that has been around for the entire 10 years. That is a 10-year-old phrase that I came up with. Tricks here. Mature and experience helped you grow. Absolutely. All right. So yeah, in the second video, I say keep YouTube and YouTubers, turn down for what, but don't tell them, don't tell them. I was really into, well, I still am really into music, and I was trying to really incorporate that. Somewhere in the first 7 videos, it changed to keep YouTube and YouTubers, and if you fight the fro, then you ain't my bro. That was kind of the beginning of don't fight the fro. For a while, I started adding Stay Dandy Baby because I was a huge fan of Space Dandy. Still am. The first time that I say keep YouTubing YouTubers and don't fight the fro was in the video Afro X almost bars from eating super weird foods. That was the first time that I said those two together. The first time that I said, keep YouTubing, YouTubers, don't fight the fro, and always remember to be legendary. I said be legendary. That was in my video called Time to Be Legendary. In Afro X's Top 10 Reasons Why I Hate the Internet, I said, this is Afro X, the king of charisma, and you're watching YouTube. So that was kind of going off script a bit. But then in Afro X's Totally Tweet St. Patrick's Day special, I said, don't fight the fro, keep YouTubing, YouTubers, and always remember to stay legendary, which was out of order. But the first time that I said my regular outro fully in order was keep YouTubing, YouTubers, don't fight the fro, and always remember to stay legendary. That was on the video Afro X roast the roast of Justin Bieber. So canonically, Afro X roast the roast of Justin Bieber was the first time I said my regular catchphrase. And that was my 39th video. So before my 39th video, I hadn't really figured out what I was doing for the end card. Like I said, on November 18th, 2024, I released my first Afro X video. Not great, but good to look back. On December 19th, 2016... Oh, I put 2024 there. I'm sorry. That's supposed to be 2014. Yeah, November 18th, 2024 was just the other day. November 18th, 2014, I released my first Afro X video. There we go. On December 19th, 2016, I did my first collaboration with Island Boy Manuel of Chamorro Cinema, and he radically changed my YouTube career and gave me great advice on how to be a better YouTuber. That was such a great experience getting to meet him, and things have gone up and down over the years, but we're still great friends, and he honestly handed me co-ownership of his main channel, Nerdtastic News, which I still run with Cryo Prime. We need to get more content on there, but things went really well in there. Trick says, love the growth from each of these videos into the person you are today. Thank you. Thank you, man. On July 22nd, 2018, I published the video We're Going Anime, which was the first time that I publicly said that I wanted to change the channel and for I wanted to change the content of the channel, and for about the next year, I was in a transition period of starting to do more anime content. On May 20th, 2019, I released the first video called Anime Legends. Anime Legends was originally going to be a video series where I did the impressions of anime characters answering questions about themselves, but due to a falling out with pop culture philosophers at the time, I had to change my original live stream's name from Anime Nation to Anime Legends, and that was the beginning of Anime Legends. So that's kind of how Anime Legends started. Around June 2019, I got a copyright strike for using footage from the Naruto anime, and my channel was put into bad standing. There was about 6 months where I was not able to choose my own thumbnail, and that really hurt the channel, but I was able to get through it, and I'm so glad that they have better guidelines nowadays. I'm so glad that they put in checks on videos. Checks has been amazing to avoid copyright strikes. And it's just a testament, because if I got that back in June of 2019, that means it's been, It's been 5 years since I've had any real big copyright issue. 5 years ago, in the Afro X cinematic universe, Evil X is trying to take over the world and Future X came and brought Afro X to the future. The storyline has never been resolved, but it may be someday. I might go back and explore that, maybe do a end of series video. So that would be interesting. Tricks here saying the beginning of true anime legends. Yes, very, very true. On June 30th, 2019, I posted the video, My Name is Not Afro X, where I finally revealed my eyes for the first time, and I officially changed the channel to an exclusively anime channel. Island Boy Manuel helped me out with that so much. That project, it was great, and he filmed it, he helped direct it, he acted in it, and it was such a great video. And he pretty much filmed all of it, gave me the footage, and said, you do the editing on it. And he just let me go with my vision, what I wanted to do, and it came out great. And also, it put a mystery into the whole Afro X channel, because to this day, nobody really knows if Afro X was really me, or if the spirit of Afro X still resides within the sunglasses of legend. And when I put them on, then I become that persona. So that still remains a mystery. On July 28, 2019, the Crap Guide to Anime series began with a Crap Guide to Naruto. It was highly influenced by the works of Joe Cat and XP to Level 3. At the time, I was super into Joe Cat's Crap Guide to D&D, and I wanted to really emulate what he was doing. And yeah, it was really, really cool. And then XP to Level 3 was also doing D&D stuff. Not so much animation or crap guides, but he was doing guides to, or short guides to D&D things, concepts. I don't know why I didn't do more D&D stuff, but I guess I just wanted to keep them separate. Most of the That's Flippin' OP videos have gotten so hard copyrighted that they've been blocked. It was a great idea, but I just wasn't able, it wasn't doable in the way that I wanted it to be done, in a way that wouldn't be copyrighted into the ground. So the original idea behind That's Flippin' OP was to take the theme songs of two different animes and swap them. And so that's what I was doing. And the theme songs of animes are so heavily copyrighted. Like, they're probably more copyrighted than the animes themselves. And so, like, all of the That's Flippin' OP videos have gotten blocked in all countries. And actually, the culprit in all of these is pretty much Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist has such hard copyright rules on it that I'm surprised I haven't gotten another strike for using that content. On March 8th, 2020, I released the video Courage the Cowardly Dog in the SCP universe, and it quickly became the most popular video on my entire channel. It currently sits at just 7 views, under 10,000 views. It is by far the most viewed video on my entire channel. So, variety channel turned anime channel. The most popular video is a short about if Courage the Cowardly, or a short where the monsters that are shown in the intro to Courage the Cowardly Dog were changed to SCP monsters. I don't know how that becomes the most popular video. I don't know how that tracks. It just does. So there we are. Trick says, that mystery is still sweet. Thank you. The OP videos are unfortunate for the lock. They are, and honestly, if I can think of a better way to do them, maybe not use Fullmetal Alchemist for one, but if I can figure out a better way to do that, I do want to figure out maybe an altered way to do that flippin' OP. Because I was just releasing like the full song, and maybe I need to like actually make it into like a music video to have it be transformative. But yeah. March 2020 was probably the most transformative month for the channel because I released my most popular video, I released my first original rap, and I started the Dank Memes series with Dank Memes for Quarantine. So March 2020 was such a big time for the channel, and honestly, the biggest culprit, COVID. The like March 2020, I literally had. What is going on with my phone? My phone is blowing up. Okay. But March 2020, I just had so much time on my hands, and so I was able to come up with such great ideas. I did like 3 or 4 of my best videos that month alone. On April 26th, I released one of, if not the greatest AMV I've ever made, which was Unbridled Fury. That was to the song False Alarm. And I possibly made the greatest AMV drop of all time. Because when he goes, it's a false alarm to me. It's a false alarm. And I had Broly from Dragon Ball Super just screaming out in his outro. And so many people in the comments said that that was a great moment. They also said they didn't like the rest of the video, but they said that was a pretty good moment. So you take the wins you can get. Trix says that AMV was dope. Thank you. So on May 17th, 2020, I started using an original Trix the Anime Hater beat for the outro. That was the outro. That was what I would call my late night jazz club outro. And that was the outro that went down 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 down. And it was just really nice and cool. I actually have thought of either bringing it back or having Trix make me like another outro or something like that, because that was such a good outro, and I wish I would have used it for a longer amount of time. Yo, the outro shout out. Yes, you deserve that, Trix. That was awesome. On June 28th, 2020, I released Big Top Burger Explained, another one of my biggest videos. It's currently set at 5,777 views. By the way, all these view counts are based on when I did my research for this on Wednesday morning, so they might be different now. But Big Top Burger was such a big cultural thing that I thought I could get in on it really early. So at about the end of season 1, I put together a video just explaining what I thought was the hidden meaning behind all of the Big Top Burger videos. And the response to it was, you talked so slowly in this video that I could run it at 2 times speed and understand it better. So that's the brain power level of the internet, that they're not even paying attention to what I'm saying. They're literally just like, this video is slow and too long. But there you go. So on August 23rd, 2020, I wrote and released original lyrics to the Gravity Falls theme song. Which honestly, the original lyrics to the Gravity Falls theme song is some of my best work. And if I had to pick a video that I think is the most underestimated or undervalued, it would be that video. I wrote original lyrics to the Gravity Falls theme song, and yet it didn't get like as big of a response as I thought it would. I don't know if other people have done that, or if it was just not that big a thing. Maybe it would have been better as a short. Anyways, on December 6th, 2020, I did my first Who's That Character with my friend Jess. And from then on, Who's That Character became one of my favorite, absolute favorite segments to do. I love bringing on someone who doesn't know anything about a particular series and asking them questions about characters and having them guess. And it's so entertaining. I once asked my mom to do it, but she was like, why would I want to go on YouTube and make a fool of myself for not knowing something? And she has a great point, but the humor is for the audience. On December 7th, 2020, the next day after the Who's That Character, I came out with my first cipher made by The Blacklist, which was my rap cipher group, although it was originally called Afro X Cipher Squad. And for anyone who's a big fan of the channel, you know that Afro X Cipher Squad, The Blacklist, and Top Tier, it has been a lot of the content on my channel. It's been really important to the channel. The first rap that I did years and years and years ago that I mentioned earlier was The Kid from YouTube, which was some of my best work. And honestly, I would love to actually release the song The Kid from YouTube, maybe re-record it, but I would love to actually release The Kid from YouTube as a single and put it on like Spotify and SoundCloud and stuff like that. I think that'd be really cool. Future X, he does return in the best of 2020. In the video called The Best of 2020 with the Future X, sorry. But he says that he's from a few years ago, which would set his timeline in January of 2024. This is technically a plot hole, since when Future X visits originally, he says he's from the year 2018. And so, with the passage of time, Future X should technically be from the year 2026, which would be 10 years after his first appearance. So I'm guessing that in 2026, canonically, I will have to make a video where I am Future X, and I start off the whole journey of going back in time to meet myself. So get ready for that in 2026. On November 22nd, 2020, I released the very first Anime Legends video, and it was about Naruto Uzumaki. So yeah, this is when we started doing the official Anime Legends, and Naruto Uzumaki was the first character that I covered. On Trix is writing original lyrics is respect, thank you. On May 18th of 2021, now we're into 2021. On May 18th of 2021, I released another one of my favorite AMVs, and what I believe is my first 18 plus video, which was All Up in the Gutter, the Wonderland AMV. One of my best videos. It was the first of my annual Halloween videos, kind of videos that were 18 plus, designed to be creepier. And All Up in the Gutter, the Wonderland AMV was so good. And it ended perfectly. And in the ending, I have a shot from Danganronpa where the block is pounding down behind Junko Enoshima when she's about to be killed. And just as it is lingering above her head, you can hear maniacal laughing in the background. And on my computer, on Audacity, I actually took the time and I made the most perfect evil laugh in existence. Like, it is absolutely perfect. And I made two versions of it. One is completely unedited, so it is pure, and the other one is was edited just to make it sound crisper. But I have the perfect evil maniacal laugh on my computer. Evil laugh game. Oh, wouldn't that be great? The 18 plus ones turn out great. Thank you. So on June 8th of 2021, on Anime Legends episode 14, I started my So I Watched series. And the So I Watched series is a smaller segment of mine, but still important. The So I Watched series, it started out where the first one that I did was reviewing the first episode of Jujutsu Kaisen, where I reportedly said Jujutsu Kaisen is Bleach. And I said I didn't like Jujutsu Kaisen because it was stealing from other animes. 5 episodes into Jujutsu Kaisen, I was hooked. And we only get one of these, fucking loved it. It is a genius anime. And yeah, the beginning steals from some other animes, but whoo boy, after the 5th episode, after Sukuna rips out Yuji Itadori's heart, that's where I said, this is nothing like other animes, and I loved it from there on out. So the first video that I actually live reacted to in the So I Watch series was the one where I watched Delicious in Dungeon. That was on January 9th of this year. So yeah. Domain expansion for him on the show. For sure. And now I'm done with Jujutsu Kaisen and really want them to adapt more of the manga. I haven't read the manga, but I really hope they make more of the anime soon because I love it. On June 15th, 2021, I released the Thunder Rolls State of Mind AMV, and it quickly became one of my most popular videos. It currently sits at 1,355 views. According to the internet, my Thunder Rolls AMV is the best AMV on my channel. Well, maybe not the best one, but we'll get to the actual best one in a bit. But it is one of the best. I had fun making it. I really had fun editing the footage of anime lightning users. That was super fun. On July 6, 2021, I advertised that I had created a Patreon for the first time. So yeah, that was about the time I created the Patreon, and that's been going strong. Oh, before I forget, at one point I also was challenged by I think it was the main like soy milk company, uh, and they wanted me, and I said I would like to make a rap to the beat of their commercial. And they're like, "Go ahead, do it." So I did it, and no one ever wrote to me or emailed me to use my rap, even though it was good and it was clean and it was fun. Um, on August 3rd, 2021, I released the first in my series about rap tracks that I made that never got used, and that was called The Lost Cipher. That was pretty fun. On August 31st, 2021, I released what I had at the time called the new Afro X intro, the extended edition, which is the long version of the current Afro X intro. So the current Afro X intro, which a lot of people are saying I shouldn't use because it's too long, that was actually originally even longer, and it tells a really sad story, just about like a depressed girl who's trying to make it, and about how society moves on and buildings crumbling. Um, and this is all told with no words, no nothing. This is all just video and images and stuff. But then in the rubble, once a building falls, a TV switches on, and the intro for the Afro X channel starts. And I think that is one of the coolest ideas that I ever had, that I got to make, that I got to actually put into form. And that was the video where I started incorporating my favorite quote of all time into the intro by Makoto Iwasawa, one of the greatest voice actors of all time. He's dead now, but he was amazing. Makoto Iwasawa, most famous for playing Uncle Iroh in Avatar: The Last Airbender, and for playing Aku in Samurai Jack. But my favorite quote of his is from him being the intro voice in Dexter's Laboratory, where he says, "Enter at your own peril past the bolted doors, where impossible things may happen that the world's never seen before." And that is my favorite quote of all time, and why I wanted to put it in the intro, and why it is still to this day in the short intro. So big shout out to Makoto Iwasawa. We love you, man. And you are one of the biggest inspirations for the Afro X channel, no lie. And to think that quote came all the way from like the year 2000. We're in 2024, and we're talking about something that influenced what was it? 6-year-old me. Something that influenced a 6-year-old me when Cartoon Network started, because Dexter's Laboratory was the first Cartoon Network cartoon. So it influenced a 6-year-old me, and I never forgot that, and I incorporated it into what I do in my adult life now, like 24 years later. So Dr. Hirolock from One Piece didn't lie when he said a man never truly dies until he's forgotten. And Makoto Iwasawa, because of influencing me back then, we will never forget you. So thank you for that. Because the opening is is fine, especially what it's used for. Thank you. Also, I just love black holes so much, and so that's why in the short intro, I put that quote over videos of like actual sped up time lapsed black holes. So yeah, I'm sorry, I get really emotional whenever I talk about stuff like the intros to the channel. On September 14th, 2021, I released a rap guide to One Piece, the East Blue Saga, and began what I hope to be my greatest accomplishment on YouTube, which will be a complete guide to the anime of One Piece. And because it will be a complete guide, I will have to keep continuing it until the series eventually ends. But that started in 2021. So consider that in now less than 3 years. In less than 3 years, I have edited and briefly retold the story of One Piece up to the middle of the Wano arc, which honestly is amazing. And the fact that I can do it with jokes and make it funny and entertaining, I love that. I recently put out a crap guide to Wano, and I got back a response in the comments that said that it was funny, had good editing, had a great personality. And the good editing is something that really, really touched me, just because I love when people appreciate good editing. When I was just starting on YouTube, I was constantly told that to get more popular on YouTube, you have to make your editing better, and your quality of videos better. And so the fact that someone actually notices my editing really makes me feel good. Especially because nowadays we live in such an era where you literally can put any unedited trash on YouTube, and if it's 30 seconds or less, people are gonna flock to it. So people who appreciate editing, thank you. On September 28th, 2021, I released the AMV Critical Failure, Can You Feel My Heart AMV. This is one of the first AMVs that I would truly consider a passion project, because I made it because I like this song and wanted to make it into an AMV while not really having the initial intention to release it, but I did. So pretty much I ended up hearing the da 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 da, that bit of the song, or that clip. I heard it from the Chad memes that were everywhere around that time. And so I looked up the song and I was like, I want to, and this is usually how AMVs get made, at least in my experience and my process. I said, I really want to take that clip and take that little soundbite, and I want to like make something epic with it. And so I took the song, made it into an AMV, and it was fun, it was easy, and that's what editing should be. If you love the project you're making, editing should be fun and easy. And that's why if I'm making like a crap guide to One Piece, it'll take like 20 hours. It'll be a slog, and sometimes I'll hate it. If I make an AMV, I can put out an AMV in 3 to 5 hours because I love what I'm doing and I don't want to stop. But yeah, I never really intended to release that video, and then I just didn't have anything for the week, and it was the only thing I had done. So I was like, I guess this is what I'm putting out for this week. So that was the Critical Failure AMV. No shame on the emotions. All that shows is how real things are for you. Thank you. Editing being fun and easy makes it all more worth it. It really does. Moving forward, on March 4th, 2022, I did a live review of One Piece Chapter 1042, and I started doing weekly manga reviews, and that's become a big part of the channel, and I've even started trying to compete with the bigger manga reviewers. We're talking about BDA Law and Grand Line Review are the main ones that I'm trying to compete with. But also there's like King of Lightning, Rogers Base, and there's a whole community of manga reviewers, Joy Girl, a whole community of manga reviewers that are honestly just trying to get ahead. And we're all in a big competition. And usually the competition is who can get the review out first. And I have kind of come to an acceptance that because I rely on their resources to get the manga chapter, that I will never be the first one to have the review out, especially because like BDA Law actually reads spoilers and like the Japanese versions of the chapters, and I want to enjoy the story. Like, I don't want to sacrifice my enjoyment of the story by reading spoilers early in order to get ahead on YouTube. And I think that's really noble, but also that means I won't get reviews out before the other people do, which I guess is okay. Liam is a freak of nature. Like, he's amazing, and I don't mean freak of nature in a bad way. Liam is a freak of nature in that he must have an entire team. Like, he literally must have like one person that reads the spoilers of One Piece, because literally if a chapter of One Piece exists, Liam has already made a review of it before you even know the chapter exists. He is usually the first person to have a review out, and that is Grand Line Review. But yeah, March 4th, 2022 is when I started doing manga reviews. On November 2nd, 2021, I released my first anime ASMR video where I did an ASMR description of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Phantom Blood. That was really cool. ASMR videos always get a lot of good traction because people love ASMR. On January 12th, 2022, so we're now into 2022. On January 12th, 2022, I released a video called The End for Now. At that time, my laptop had broken, and I thought that I wouldn't be able to make edited videos, but I ended up getting it fixed by the next week, which was nice, and I got everything out on time. On May 24th, 2022, I did an AMV called Seto Kaiba's Screw the Rules. This is my first AMV that I made being an editor for somebody else. So Seto Kaiba's Screw the Rules was an AMV made for a rap track that one of my friends did. He asked me to create an AMV, which I was super flattered to be asked. And I just made it as cool as I could. And I wanted to do it really nice for him. That was also one where I kind of toyed with having moments where there was actual clips from the anime in it. And that's always been a thing in my AMVs, is if there is a cool moment from an anime that I like the audio for, I will keep it in the AMV while the music is still playing. What was it? In what's the name of the song? Beautiful Things. In Beautiful Things, when Boruto calls out Tosan when Naruto's being taken away, that fit perfectly with the song right there, so I kept it in. And I feel like I'm giving you guys a behind the scenes of how I make AMVs in this as well, so there you go, a double. Trick says this timeline is going good, thank you. On September 13th, 2022, I released the video Overtaken. So Overtaken is, according to the internet, the most popular AMV that I've ever made. Overtaken was an original lyrics video for the Overtaken theme from One Piece. And in all categories across the board, it has for the longest time stayed as one of my most popular videos. So it is the most popular video on my channel overall. It currently sits at 2,667 views. Overtaken has been in the top 10 of my channel, well, since it was released, like literally a little over 2 years ago. So, and it consistently still gets views to this day. And the Overtaken theme is, you know, the one and one basis that goes, dun, 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 dun. It's the one that always plays at the end of like cliffhanger moments in the To Be Continued. But why I thought it was cool was about the time that I made this, was the time in the manga when Luffy was just turning into Gear 5th, and they were talking about the Drums of Liberation. And as soon as I heard, like in the manga, them talking about the Drums of Liberation, in my head the Overtaken theme started playing, because the beginning of the Overtaken theme is dun, 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 dun. And now in the actual anime, they are kind of respecting and recognizing that the beginning of Overtaken is the intended Drums of Liberation. And so that's where the music of the anime actually became something canon in the manga, which I think is really cool. Yeah, dun, 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 dun. And that's how they the characters in the manga say the rhythm of the Drums of Liberation is dun da 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 dun da da da. So yeah, that was awesome. On October 4th, 2022. Oh, hey, we got some new people in the chat. We have Unequal Treks. Adding the audio from the anime to the song just builds immersion in show and makes the AMV better, in my opinion. Absolutely agree. Thank you. And we have Michelle Aponi, who says, hi, happy 10 years. Thank you so much, Michelle. I super appreciate it. All right. On October 4th, 2022, I released the AMV called Bombs Away using the song Geronimo by Shepherd. At the time, I didn't think that I could top it. This is one of my best AMVs, and I absolutely love the Bombs Away one. And my favorite part of the AMV, at least in making it, was I specifically bass boosted the sound of every explosion in that AMV, so that if someone has headphones on, they can actually feel the explosions, and it is so much more immersion in the song. And I said I didn't think that I could top it, but I did top it with the next entry. On October 18th, 2022, I released the AMV Transformation. It was my 500th video, and it is to this day, in my opinion, the greatest AMV that I have ever created. Transformation was made to the song Beautiful Now by Zed, and I had been planning it for literal months, for 5 months before that. I just didn't know how to make such a great song into an amazing AMV. And so in the intro, I said, like, I was scared to make this because I didn't know if I can make it well enough. And how it turned out was one of the most amazing things that I've ever put together, because it was a compilation of clips from all my other AMVs. But yeah, it just went beautifully. Trick says the bass beat was wild on the headphones. Thank you. But yeah, I love the AMV Transformation. It was so great. December 12th through December 18th of 2022, I experimented with the idea of releasing short daily videos, and I did a week of daily devil fruits. After the week was over, I decided I did not want to do daily videos because the stress of editing was so difficult. The Daily Devil Fruits was great, and in theory, on paper, it was a good idea. I just could not deal with the stress of creating 7 different videos and having to create 7 different 30-second videos every week, every day for every week. It's just too much of a workload. And I was also trying to continue with doing my regular upload schedule, which definitely would not have worked. On March 24th, 2023, so now we're into 2023, so last year, March 24th, 2023, I did my first live read and review of a One Piece chapter, and it was One Piece chapter 1079. So the difference really was that on March 4th of 2022, I started doing the weekly manga reviews. On March 24th of 2023, about a year and 20 days later, I started actually doing live reads of the chapters. And that's where I started putting my own spin on the manga reviews and separating myself from the other manga reviewers. On the 4th of July, 2023, I released the One Piece Admiral Cipher, which was made by the subsection of the Blacklist. That was what I considered the best of the best, called Top Tier. It was the last cipher that the Blacklist ever made. After that cipher, I tried to get projects together, and people just did not have the get up and go to do things. So about that time, or a couple months later, I officially archived the Blacklist server on Discord and said, we're not going to be doing any more projects, and people who can leave want to leave can leave. So that was that. On July 11th of 2023, I released the short video, Zoro and Sanji Having an Argument, which quickly became one of my most popular videos. It currently sits at 2,001 views. Zoro and Sanji Having an Argument was a fan fiction short that I wrote and created myself based on One Piece, and it came out pretty good. I was worried I didn't do the Luffy voice good at the end, but after listening to it, it was okay. It was decent. On August 11th, 2023, a month later, I released my first self-voice acted manga chapter, which was One Piece chapter 1045, Next Level, because I wanted to voice act for Gear 5th Luffy. This is the beginning of what would eventually come to be anime radio. So pretty much when I read chapter 1045, Next Level, it was the chapter where they really explored Gear 5th Luffy and what he could do. And my favorite panel in all of One Piece comes from this chapter, and it is the one where after Kaido hits him with the Ragnarok Club, his head explodes into Onigashima, and he goes, "Ouch!" And I saw that in the manga, and I was like, I want to voice act that someday. And I actually have considered, before they make it, I have considered writing to Funimation and asking them if I could be given a shot or an audition at voice acting either Gear 5th Luffy, or at the very least, if I could get a shot at voice acting Dr. Vegapunk. Because I did come up with an original voice for Dr. Vegapunk, which I did for a very long time. On August 22nd, so 11 days later, on August 22nd, 2023, I released the AMV Time to Play, which was to this day the most fun AMV that I have ever made. There's kind of 2 AMVs that are on the line of this. One of them I'll get to later, but this was Time to Play was so fun to make. It was literally the first AMV that I made after like the whole big buzz about Gear 5th Luffy and stuff. On September 12th, 2023, I released the mirror AMV to Unbridled Fury called Unspeakable Pain. This is a sister AMV that was released 3 years later after the original one. So pretty much so a long time ago, I wrote a poem where one of the lines was Unbridled Fury born from unspeakable pain. And so that was where the title for the False Alarm AMV came from, Unbridled Fury. And so I also wanted to make a mirror or a sister AMV to it called Unspeakable Pain. And Unspeakable Pain was the first AMV where I tinkered with the idea of having an AMV start with a sequence and having it end with the same sequence in reverse, which I thought was really, really cool. And Devilman was such a great character to do that with. On October 10th, 2023, I released the crap guide to Dressrosa. This is, to this day, the video that I have worked the hardest and longest on. The crap guide to Dressrosa literally took 5 days of my life, and it took 20. I'd say it took between 20 and 40 hours to complete. Like, there were actual multiple days where I was working 8-hour days editing a crap guide to Dressrosa. It was absolutely crazy, and I never want to do it again. If I could do it again, I definitely would have made a crap guide to Dressrosa parts 1 and 2, maybe even a crap guide to Dressrosa part 3, split it into 3. But it took so much work. I actually scrapped the original intro to that video that I was going to do. I was going to do kind of a joke where there was a reporter talking about the things going on in Dressrosa, and Thunder Soldier would interrupt the broadcast and give a warning about who Doflamingo really was. But I decided to scrap all of that, and specifically because in the intro, I had to do the 10 things that you need to know before watching Dressrosa, because the backstory to Dressrosa has so much to do with it. And that's when I really realized, and I've done this in later crap guides to One Piece, that these arcs have so much backstory that has to be known before we get into the actual story. That's another reason that I did a crap guide to Kozuki Oden before doing the crap guide to Wano, just because getting into Wano without explaining who Kozuki Oden is would, like the stuff with the Yamato would never make sense without knowing who Kozuki Oden is. So that had to be done. Looking at the chat here, 2023 videos were different takes on video, and they turned out well. I like that you said that, Trix. I think someone could safely say that 2023 was my experimental year. 2023 was really the year that I was like, we're trying everything and throwing it at the wall and seeing what sticks. And a lot of stuff really stuck. And that has been carried on into 2024. Dressrosa Crap Guide tested your patience. It did. It did. I wish you could have seen me when I was finally done with that. I probably was laughing like a man. I probably was laughing like Doflamingo. Oh God, the editing on that. My God, when you have to explain in a way that people will understand that one place that used to have a castle on it is now in a completely different place on top of a 5-tiered hill, and there are people, and they're like people here, here, and here, and they're all equally important groups. Like, I literally had to start using pictures of characters and putting them on a picture of the landscape to show people what I meant. That Crap Guide to Dressrosa was crazy. That's where we'll leave it. Crap Guide to Dressrosa was crazy. Moving forward, on November 7th, 2023, I started the fictional video game character select series called Super Anime Brothers. The idea behind this was just, hey, let's have the announcer from Super Smash Brothers announce the names of anime characters. And so that's what started a 3, which will eventually be a 5. That started a 4, which will eventually be a 5-part series. About a fictional game called Super Anime Brothers. The series never took off because there is a YouTube video called Super Anime Brothers, which is an anime version of Super Mario Brothers. And that really stole the shine. Anyways, on February 23rd, 2024, so we're now into the beginning of this year, on February 23rd, 2024, Anime Radio was officially born, and the first chapter that we did an adaptation of was 1180, titled Attention World, which is the beginning of Dr. Vegapunk's message. Now, before I do anything else, hey, we have unequal tracks here. The anime had to do the same thing with the maps for the Dressrosa recaps. That art got kind of crazy. It definitely did, and thank you for mentioning that, Trex. So before I do anything else, I do want to say huge shout out right here to both Amanda and Christina, who are the female voices in Anime Radio. They are so important to the channel, and I want to thank them from the bottom of my heart for every week, pretty much nearly without fail, they are on the ball about rehearsing and performing the newest chapters of One Piece. And Christina really was doing all of the female characters at one point, and she is best known as Nami on that. She is the main voice of Nami and Jewelry Bonnie. And then Amanda is the main voice of Robin on that. So I could not have asked for better actors that do Nami and Robin. So thank you. And also a big thank you to Mid-Tier Jesus, who recently started. And he is playing all of the Marines and Giants and extra characters. And also because of just him not wanting to do a Canadian voice, he ended up getting Haruden, so he also plays Haruden. So that is very, very cool. Anime Radio was a great idea. Thank you. I wish more people thought that, because my Anime Radio videos get the least views, probably because we're doing an adaptation of the newest chapter of One Piece, and most people are not caught up to the newest chapter of One Piece. But what is it? I do appreciate you saying that, Trix. Because Anime Radio, the base idea behind it was just I would love to have a radio play version, an audiobook of One Piece. I think that's a great idea. All right. On February 20th of 2024. So this is actually out of order. So 3 days before Anime Radio was born, I did the first live stream of the series called Powers, where I talked about anime powers. It was a break from doing Anime Legends. So we took a break from doing Anime Legends. We started talking about powers. I did a 20-episode series. I did a 10-episode series about Powers, and that was fun. And in probably about a month, when we finished the final season of Anime Legends, then I will be starting Powers Season 2, where we'll be running 10 more episodes of talking about anime, Powers in anime, because there's so many more to cover. So that was Powers. On January 16th of this year, I released a One Piece tribute to Game Theory. When MatPat announced he would be leaving YouTube on the day he released his last video, I created a playlist, which you can check out, called the YouTube Hall of Fame, for every video on YouTube that I think should be immortalized. So I put a lot of videos on there. I put the Numa Numa guy, I put Chocolate Rain, I put the first pilot episode of Has Been Hotel, I put the first episode of Unas Anas, which was very hard to find. But yeah, and then I also put MatPat in there, and I also have a playlist called The Final 9, which is the last 9 videos plus the end video that MatPat made before he stopped running the theory channels. And actually, just about a week or two ago, he officially got off of YouTube and stopped doing GT Live. So that was really sad. On February 6, 2024, I released One Piece, the anime adaptation, which is where I made a fully edited radio adaptation of Chapter 1106, where I actually put sound effects to everything that was going on. That was a full production of an anime adaptation, or a radio adaptation of One Piece. I put explosion sounds in there. I put the sounds of pacifista lasers firing up. I put the I even had to find a clip of Transformers transforming to make the sounds of robots moving in there. But it was awesome, and I really feel like in there I captured the spirit of Gear 5th Luffy and the Drums of Liberation and all of that. And Christina helped so much with it, as she was playing Atlas and Jewelry Bonnie in there, which is really, really cool. On March 12th of this year, I released Super Saiyan, an Akira Toriyama tribute to pay respects to when he died. Once again, rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. You did so much for so many people, and I'm glad I got to make a tribute video for you. On April 23rd of this year, I released the Gear 5th Luffy AMV using the song Bling Bang Bang Born by Creepy Nuts, and it is to this day the most fun AMV I've ever gotten to make. I enjoyed editing it the most. So this is the one that was on the fence with Time to Play. Time to Play was the most fun to watch AMV. The Gear 5th Luffy AMV was the most fun to make. I literally had such a gas creating this AMV. I laughed my ass off. It felt like a roller coaster, the editing process. On June 4th of 2024, I started my very recent segment called Backstory with Backstory Big Mom. This was such a cool idea because I thought it'd be cool for like the backstories of some characters and not all of them to do a series where it is framed as an SCP debriefing where the character is explained with a film reel rolling. So that was very, very cool. On July 26th of this year, I created updated lyrics and I released the new Gum Gum Rap. So the original Gum Gum Rap came out in, I want to say 2005. I think that's when One Piece debuted in America. I might be off about that, but Yeah, 2005, I think it was. And that was the original Gum Gum Rap, and the lyrics were really outdated. So I created new lyrics now, knowing everything that we know about Luffy's Devil Fruit. And kind of even more famously than me singing the song was both Amanda and Christina got to be the How Did That Happen girls, uh, which I think is such a cool honor. So I go, he's a cartoon, and they go, how did that happen? And I go, yo ho, and I go, ate a magic fruit, now he's the god of the sun. So yeah, they got to be really a part of history being remade and updated there, which I think is really cool. How did that happen? That's cool. The most recent edited video that I released before tenure was A Crap Guide to Wano Part 1. And I am fully planning to finish my complete guide to One Piece. As of now, the most recent edited video that I made was Tenure 10 Years, which is a compilation of probably the most notable videos, a lot of which you've heard about today. Probably the most notable videos from my channel. So it is a 21, almost 22-minute video, but it is very worth it. So go and check that out. Tenure 10 years. Current channel stats. As of last Wednesday, these are the current channel stats. 10 years, 740 videos, 78,670 views, 1.6 thousand hours of watch time, 525 subscribers. Rising momentum, wide open future. So now a couple of those have changed. Currently have 741 videos, I want to say, one or two. And currently have 527 subscribers. So that is all my notes. That is the evolution of Afro X. And yeah, I just wanted to really let everyone in on that kind of a look back on those things. Twix says the Power series had fun moments on how to interact with them. Yeah, I really liked that too. This has been a long ride on this channel, and more to come. Amen, more to come. Now I think would be a good time for me to say and really clarify right here. A couple of months ago, I did say that after I hit 10 years that I wouldn't be making edited content anymore. And I did give the qualifier that would be only if I didn't hit 500 subscribers or if things didn't really start happening with the channel. Now, since I said that, the channel has gained a lot more momentum. Back when I said that, we had about 445 to 450 subscribers. And I didn't think we were going to hit 500 by the end of the year. And super crazy, we fully went over the goal. And we gained like 70 we've gained 70 subscribers in, I want to say, probably about 2 months, which is crazy growth. And this channel right now, I can feel has so much momentum. Like, I really feel like somebody took an explosion and set it off behind a sliding block. And this channel is now like rocketing forward, especially in the comments. People have been saying, I'm calling this channel is going to blow up. And I really feel like we're gaining momentum. And I feel like any day now, well, maybe not any day now, any month now, there is going to be a breakthrough. And one of these videos is going to go chink and it's going to hit perfectly, and the channel is just going to explode in popularity. And I don't know, maybe I'm psychic, maybe I'm not, but I feel like that is coming. I feel like the engines are revving and we have momentum. And so, all that being said, I have decided that I will continue making edited content. I'm still going to be making videos, especially since I haven't finished a complete guide to One Piece yet. And there's still other videos that I want to make, AMVs and such. But yeah, so I am going to continue making content for now. This week I am taking off those, so there will not be a video next Tuesday. Or there will not be a video this coming Friday. Sorry, I've been uploading on Tuesday recently, but there will not be a video this coming Friday. I'm taking this week off just to relax, get my thoughts back together, stuff like that. I do think that there will come a time in the future where I will have to say, hey, sorry, I'm going to have to take this week off. I have to work an extra shift at work. And the only reason why I would take a week off in that case is because when I work an extra shift, I usually am so mentally wiped out in those weeks that I never want to do it again. And I need to look out for myself, but I also need to look out for my mental health. I love doing YouTube. Like literally watching my first video the other day, I cried so hard because this channel is my baby. This is my legacy. I don't have any children. I don't know if I'll ever have any children, but so this is all that I have right now to show the world that like I did something with my life, which I think is so cool. Um, and sorry, I get emotional when I talk about it like this. But yeah, and so my point is I love doing YouTube. But I also think that I need to look at YouTube as not as important a thing as the things that need to be done in my life. I need to be prioritizing moving ahead in my life over YouTube without getting rid of doing YouTube. That's what I think it comes down to. Um Trickster saying, I appreciate all of the content you have released over the years. The first video to the current is something to be proud of. Amen. Amen, amen. Um actually, let me see. Let me see if I can't find it here. Okay. Yeah, that's a weird video in my recommended. So let's just go to the studio really quick. I'll show you guys some of this stuff, but on this stream I do want to show my first video if I can. Um There we are.
how's it going out there? Anyway, here's my intro to my channel, Afro X. I got an afro, I got the X. What more do I need? Anyway, I just wanted to say, how y'all doing out there in the land? I'm doing fine up in here. And this is my first attempt at doing a vlog. And man, I hope it turns out right. We're gonna do a lot of stuff on this channel. I may do a day where I talk about my day. I may do a day where I play a video game. I may do a song or a parody, man. I tell you, it's all gonna be good. So, keep up subscribe, keep on watching my videos, and we will do just fine. Alright. Thank you. X out. Peace.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my very first YouTube video. So yeah, going from that to the content I make now is such a shift, and such a big difference. Tricks, do the first video, yeah. So yeah, everyone who's watching, you got a little piece of history there. That was the first video. We got about, I wanted to end this at about 8. We got about 15 minutes left. Tricks, you see, well, anyone really who's in the chat, this is kind of just an open time. If you want to ask me any questions about the channel, anything you wanted to know, stuff like that, I'd definitely be willing to answer. Otherwise, if you want me to do an impression, definitely put it in the chat and I will do it. Suggest a character and what you would like that character to say, and I will give it a shot, even with half a stuffed nose. But yeah, also don't feel limited to anime. I just recently found out I can do Peter Griffin pretty well, so let me know. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh, soon I want to put out a video that you guys have been asking for a long time. Well, at least Trix has been asking for it for a long time, which is all of Luffy's attacks voice acted. So I know that you've been wanting that for a long time, so I do want to do that for you. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions or any impressions that you would like me to do, and I will do them. Trick says one day we will see that Luffy attack video for sure. For sure. In the meantime, thinking back on 10 years, if there is a favorite video that I have made, if there's a favorite video that I've made, it would be hard to pick, but I think Transformation, the 500th video, was my favorite video on the channel. I really liked that. Trick says, can we hear some Peter Griffin voice acting? Yeah. I don't know. Give me a line or something for Peter Griffin to do. He has a lot of lines. Let's see. I'm just gonna see if I can find like cutaway setups that he does. Oh, a Reddit user actually came up with original cutaway setups. So let's give this a shot. Uh, this is worse than the time I went wine tasting with Julia Child. Man, I haven't been this nervous since I ordered Chinese with Nancy Pelosi. Peter, this is worse than the time I got in the car with Anne Hesh. 500th video will always be a hard one to top. The Twix is nice. Really, the Peter Griffin voice is just Boston with like nasal in it. And then what's weird is that they're played by two different voice actors, but Lois's voice is the same as Peter's voice, but higher pitched. This is worse than that time I followed Tom Hanks to that mysterious island. I haven't been this conflicted since that time I went skeet shooting with Hitler. This was worse than time Brian was barking at another dog at 1 a.m. Okay, let me do Stewie. This is worse than the time Gonzo got arrested for bestiality. This is worse than Belle Delphine coming back to social media. Oh, I'm such a cad. Yeah, those are some good ones. But yeah, Peter Griffin is pretty easy to do. Cleveland, you must be really excited about Obama. Don't you mean what do you mean, Peter? Don't you mean Obama? Obama, Ubama, Weebama. It's a black guy in a suit. Let's just marvel at that for a second. All right, there is some Peter Griffin. But yeah. So, I guess to kind of end this stream on a note that is nostalgic, just thinking back on all the intros and outros that I've done, this is Afro X and you're watching YouTube. Here comes the good part. If you're looking for the man whose mane is out of sight, look no further than Afro Dynamite. Dynamite. Then there was If You Fight the Fro, Then You Ain't My Bro. X Out. And of course, the one that is immortal that we have done time and time again, which will always be the outro for the Afro X channel. Keep YouTubing, YouTubers. Don't fight the fro. And always remember to stay legendary. See you later, YouTube. Bye-bye.